reality check, because let me tell you, baby, it's hard out here in these streets. And what's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatyana Edgeworth, and we're back with another freaking video. But before we go ahead and get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to your girl's channel. All my social media will be linked down below. Do not forget to subscribe because I'll be working hard for these videos, okay? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get straight into it. So if you guys can't tell by the title of this video, we're gonna go ahead and do a adulting 101 reality check for us and you and me and all of us good old adults who just needs help with adulting. And I'm just gonna go ahead and give you all the tips and the cues, everything you need to know when it comes to being an adult 101, baby. Stuff I wish I knew, stuff I learned, some stuff that probably was passed down to me. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it to you through this YouTube video. So go ahead and get your popcorn, get your wine, and let's be grown and figure out our lives. So the first thing we're gonna go ahead and talk about is literally looking into self-help books or podcasts. That is like the number one thing that I like to recommend, because I feel like we are now adults and we need to go ahead and figure out our lives. I feel like we always want to research some things, as in, you know, maybe going to TikTok or going to social media, but I feel like where the real knowledge is for you to start learning is through podcasts and self-help books. And I just need you guys to understand that life gets hard and not everyone has money right now for therapy. So the first thing you really want to do is just get some books, and it's going to help you out, figure out your life, figure out where you want to go, figure out how to deal with certain things and how to navigate through things. And there's always like really good books. I'm going to go ahead and recommend the ones that I've personally read and I really freaking love. The first self-help book I'm going to go ahead and recommend is called You're a Badass. Not trying to cuss on my channel, but I think it's a really freaking good book. It's called You're a Badass. That's the title of the dang book. It literally talks about like depression, going through life, like feeling like you don't have like a place. It's more modernized. Obviously, it's like, you know, cuss words in there. And the way she like described her life, what she was going through, and how she started to learn about things and how to navigate through things. It's a really good book. So if you are someone who feels like a little lost or they need a little bit more guidance, the self-help book You're a Badass definitely will help. And the next recommendation I'm gonna go ahead and recommend is called Atomic Habits. Like, Atomic Habits is like literally one of my favorite freaking books. Let me tell you, Atomic Habits literally talks about all of their habits, like bad habits, good habits, like how do we turn our bad habits into good habits. They talk about habit stacking, which literally is you have a bad habit like watching TV. Like, I love watching anime, for an example, but I know I need to work out, so we're gonna go ahead and condition our brains to know, okay, cool, I want to watch this show, so I'm gonna do it while on the treadmill. So now I don't watch certain videos because I know that I'm going to watch them when I'm on a treadmill. It keeps me motivated. Like, ooh, so I'll be on the treadmill watching my show. Stuff be getting really good. And I know, like, okay, I'm going to watch it again. So it makes me work out more. So that's what you can do. So like when it comes to certain things that you know you got to do, if you got to study, like you could put a bad habit with a good habit. And that's called habit stacking. They talk about that in that book. And I really freaking love it. I know that this isn't like really on the topic. We're not talking about money right now. But another book I would love to recommend is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Literally freaking changed my life, changed my mindset, changed everything about it. If you guys want to learn more about that, I'm gladly happy to give you more of how I felt about certain books, like what helped me. But Rich Dad Poor Dad gave me a whole different mindset, and I was like, yeah, I'm not regular. I'm not meant to be like everybody else. Not in a bad way. Trust me, you guys know I love everyone and what they are or who they are. I just know that I want to be different. So the next thing we're going to go ahead and talk about is to learn about money and paying bills. I know like a lot of my videos or a lot of other people's videos always tells you about financial literacy, right? And we know that financial literacy is important. But let me tell you what's more important. Learning how to pay your bills, learning when things are due on time. Like, I get that it may be common sense for some, but not to others. It is important for you to understand your survival skills first before getting to like big financial literacy. And again, I am a highly big advocate for financial literacy. But first, we just need to learn, okay, cool, like what can I do to make sure that I'm paying my bills on time? What can I sacrifice now, be able to pay later? You know, like you just gotta understand certain things. Like, for example, your rent, after a couple of days they charge you a fee. We all know that, right? Like after, like when you late, they charge you a fee, and then after that they're gonna try to do like a 3-day quit or whatever situation may be. A lot of people don't know, like usually you can pay your PG&E bill late. I don't know if they charge you a fee, but that's something that can be paid late. So if you're someone who's like behind on bills, like you need to understand, like, cool, I didn't pay my rent on time, but I'm gonna sacrifice some money for my PG&E or my electricity electricity bill and make sure that they're separate, or do what you got to do to just make things happen. It's like a very survival instinct, but you need to understand and learn. Like, if you don't have parents who taught you, or they were unable to give you that type of knowledge, like, you need to sit here and think about like what bills are more important than others. Like, you need to be paying your rent before you're paying your phone bill. You need to make sure that you're paying your car notes before you're paying your car insurance. So just understand certain things like that, because things will get real tough once you start paying, you know, too much money on your credit cards, but then you didn't pay your PG&E bill. So just be careful where you're putting your money first, and then you can start getting into like, okay, saving, like emergency funds, like credit cards, credit, like things like that. But just make sure that you're being responsible with your money. We're not choosing to go out to the club knowing that our bills are due. So make sure your bills are paid for first, and then you're gonna go ahead and go out and have some fun. So I need you guys to just understand that. I'm telling y'all, like, your girl is in her late 20s now, and I got some experience when it comes to out here having fun. So the next thing I want to go ahead and talk about is policies. Like, a lot of people don't know about policies. Growing up, I guess it's not like a thing. It's like a thing that, oh, you know common sense, but it's not a thing that is like really taught about policies. So you guys need to understand your insurance, right? So let's talk about car insurance. You need to be shopping around for your car insurance. It's a policy, because if you sign up, if you have a newer car or a car that's being paid on, you have to get full coverage, compared to if you have a car that's like, you know, older, paid off or whatever, you only have to worry about getting liability. Of course, look at your money. I always recommend to always get full coverage no matter what, but if we're in a struggle and things are going on right now, worry about getting liability, but do not get liability if you have a car that you're paying on, because if anything was to happen, it's on you, and that's not a good look. Also, look into getting gap insurance, especially living in Texas. I still gotta do it my dang self. Like I said, adulting 101, babes. When you buy a brand new car, just know within the first 3 to 5 years, your car depreciates a lot, and if anything was to happen, especially being in like a city or state that has like a lot of disasters, you need to make sure that you have that gap insurance, because what the gap insurance does is that they pay the difference that your insurance doesn't. So if you owe $20,000 on a car, the insurance only gives you, let's say, $10,000, because that's what the car is worth. Now you owe $10,000, and that's what the gap insurance is for. Because like, usually, okay, cool, they'll pay you out, boom, but then you still owe $10,000, and you have to do like some type of jump or intertwine like car note situation that you absolutely do not want to be in. You just need to understand your policies, understand how to get things together, understand like what a deductible is usually from your insurance. If anything was to happen to your car, you're gonna go ahead and take your insurance, like file the claim, do whatever they do. They're gonna get an estimate. You're gonna go ahead and take the check that they gave you. Like, so if you have a total of like $2,000 worth of work, they'll give you $1,500, and then you have to pay the $5 out of pocket. The $1,500 have to be given to the actual person who's fixing your car, like the body shop. That's not money that goes towards you. Like, you need to understand that when they send you that deductible money, that is literally for you to go ahead and pay that. So you go ahead and that $1,500 check plus the $500 come out of your pocket, because that's what it took for you to use your insurance. Boom, $2,000, you give that to the body shop. So I hope that makes sense. Also, you need to look into your doctor's policy insurance, like understand what PPO is, HPO, like all of the different ones, like how many times you go to the doctors. Make sure you are going to the doctors. You also want to learn how to shop for phone bills, because honestly, these phone bills be going crazy. If a certain service isn't working for you, always shop around and look for another. So currently, I got to do that with one of my bills myself. So again, boom, adulting 101, reality check, because let me tell you, baby, it's hard out here in these streets. It's real hard out here in these streets. The next thing I want to go ahead and talk about is relationships. Adulting 101. I'm just going to go ahead and like just run into it real fast. Not trying to be running my mouth too much. When it comes to relationships, understand that we are adults. We live different lives. All of our friendships that we had when we were younger, you know, they're different now. People have families, like people have graduated, people move apart in different cities, and now we only see you online. Understand that you will come across people in any type of relationship way. It could be friends or a significant other. You're going to run into people and think that they're supposed to be permanently in your life, and sometimes they're just supposed to be there for a certain amount of time. So I need you to understand, when you look at your relationships, understand that they're not always supposed to be there forever, especially in your 20s, especially after college. Like, everything changed. You're going to be dealing with different people, different situation, like your work, whenever you find that permanent place to be at, like you're going to meet people there. But just understand things happen, babe. Like, you're going to sometimes be in your late 20s and not be married, or you may be in your early 20s and be divorced. You may be someone in their mid-20s and had a baby earlier in the days, and now they're trying to figure out themselves. So just understand we all have like our different journeys, are having relationships with different people and at different times of our lives. Just understand, like, you be here for you and find those good permanent friends. You will find them. Trust me, they do come. When you find those people, keep them. Do whatever you can to keep those type of people and keep those type of family members in your life, because you're going to need them to be by your side when stuff hits the fan. Because trust me, adulting 101, stuff will always hit the fan. And the next thing we're going to go ahead and talk about is our education. So just know, as an adult, like, you can go back to school if you want to. You know, like, you can go get your certification. You can go get your trade. Like, you can always self-educate. Do what you're doing now. And you can go to YouTube Academy, aka /Tatyana Edgeworth /icequeentaty. Go ahead and click on my videos. I need you guys to understand that you can educate yourself. You can do what you got to do to make sure that we're upping ourselves. Like, education, if you're older, it's okay. Like, literally, I was in my 20s seeing 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds in my same class. Like, nobody cares. Like, literally, all we do is salute you, like, because I know that's harder. Even in our big age, we still, like, even me, I'm like, dang, I don't think I can ever go back to school for real. Like, but what if I really had to? Like, if you're changing careers, which we're gonna get into that, pivoting, like, you can literally sit there and educate yourself. Which brings me to the last thing. The last thing I'm gonna go ahead and talk about, adulting 101, is your career. Babe, go find one. We have to find one. Find a career. Find what you like to do. Find what's gonna make you money. Find whatever. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just literally find a good career for you to get into. Again, if you want to go ahead and do a trade situation, you can. If you want to go ahead and pivot into any type of management, any type of coordination, any type of customer service base, science base, lawyer base, for communities, non-profits, like whatever you want to do, start working on doing it. Because trust and believe me, you may think that you have a lot of time, but I swear, I literally remember being told in my like high school, like, oh, life is cool, it's slow when you're younger, but when you hit your 20s, it starts going by fast. But when you hit your 30s, it really go by fast. And I'm just like, dang, like, it's crazy how I am now 28. Like, dang, I've been through life for real. Like, I really been through so much, and I'm just like, wow, that's freaking insane that I'm an adult. I'm almost freaking 30. I almost have 30 years of wisdom. Like, that's crazy. Like, I could not believe that. Like, dang, I didn't think that. And then I didn't think that I would be where I am. Understand that as an adult. Like, understand that you're not going to be where you think you're going to be. We're not going to always make it and be able to have this positive, like, whatever the heck we dreamed about. Like sometimes in your 20s, if you're after 25, just throw it away. Don't always, don't throw it all the way away, but just put it to the side and just do what we gotta do to survive right now, get our stuff together, and then we could kind of like get that back. Like, y'all, I wanted to be a singer. I remember back in the day, I wanted to be a singer, but y'all, I'm not good at singing no more. No, I wouldn't even do that to myself. You're gonna see me a little TikTok, a little hoo-hoo, but you're not gonna see me posting no full singing video because it will sound absolutely freaking terrible. That being said, like, understand that adulting is hard, it's complicated, it's the struggle, especially if you come from nothing or you come from very little. Like, understand that we are all big kids trying to figure out our lives. Like, literally, I'm a huge kid in the inside. I do childish things sometimes. I think in a childish ways. That ego inside of us is always the child in us. So just understand, like, adulting, it gets crazy, it gets better. You're gonna cry, you're gonna figure out, like, how the heck did I get here? But just keep going, baby. It gets better. Because I'm telling you, I heard the 30s is where it's at, honestly. I heard that's like your 20s, but with money, but with less energy, you know? So, like, I'm kind of looking forward to the 30s, but I'm taking my time. I'm appreciating my life little by little, but my battery is dying, so we're gonna head and just end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, my name is Tatyana Edgeworth, and don't forget to like and subscribe to your girl's channel, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, okay? Bye!